CB.
You did it again.
Tech support. Geo.
The Force is with you, Skywalker.
That's
It's G Nation representing G-O-D. Man.
This is an exclusive. How you like that?
Nation Radio, welcome back. Welcome. How y'all doing out there? Let's get that roll call.
Balls in the building.
Do I come in right here? Okay. When it comes to computers, I be a hero. Speak that language of them ones and zeros. Here to bring the G Nation and Tech to. It's your boy Tech Support.
Man,
Skywalker on the mic, man. Skywalker.
CB, him over there, and we at G Nation do not support the corny rhymes that were spit by.
We're gonna do a highlight reel.
Yeah. I was like, he about to rap. I see the pause. He had to remember it. I was like, he been practicing this all night. I bet.
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, he's spitting them bars over there now. We're not gonna ask the bars approval on that one yet. We're gonna let that one
break
sink in.
them down.
I ain't ready to review that.
Ain't ready to review that. But well, we here. Welcome back. And today, as we see Tech has already started spitting some bars. Today we're gonna be talking about the CHH movement, which stands for Christian Hip Hop. Are y'all excited about today's show?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
It's really the foundation of what we're doing right now. You know, it's not really. I wouldn't call it a new genre to the Christian music, but I will say that it's at a height that it's never been.
Yeah.
And I think it's really responsible for what we're doing right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like it's revised now. Like, you've had Christian rap around for a long time. I mean, like, Skywalker, man, point out that little fact you pointed to me. I mean, I didn't even know this until you pointed out. You was telling me about how the first quote-unquote Christian album, hip-hop album came out in 1980.
82, man.
Yeah.
1982.
Whoa.
The first Christian. Man, this dude, his name was B Sweet.
What was part of NWO too?
Man, 1982. The name of the album, man, was called The Gospel Beat, man. Jesus Christ. It was distributed by Polygram Records, but man, this was 1982, man. The first ever recorded Christian hip hop album.
I wonder if he got anything, since he's Mr. Sweet, I wonder if him and the Sugar Hill Gang done anything together. Hip hop. Hey, go ahead and take. Go ahead. But that's just the type of stuff we're gonna point out. But we're gonna be talking about Reach Records. We're talking about Full Ride, Front Line Movement. We're gonna be pointing out the Humble Beast, Collision Records, Mixed Bag, RMG. We shout them out. We're gonna be talking about Clear Sight Music, Lamp Mode. It's just a lot of people that really you don't really know about because you're not been educated. So today we're gonna be educating you on some people, on some crews and some groups. And we just gonna go from there. Y'all ready to educate the people?
Let's do it.
Get it.
You ready? Well, we're gonna hustle hard, grind hard real quick. Reconcile off his new album, Sacrifice, featuring Chord, aka Lil Boosie, free Lil Boosie. Nah, I'm just kidding. Reconcile.
And Json.
Yeah, let's go, Json. G Nation.
I ain't slept by the week, bro. You know where to find me. Shout it, what's good? I'm in between two O's. Middle of the hood lane, switching on a mission. But I'm flushing through the city. Windows down, white beat, the bottom six in the fitty. I ain't stepping by the week, no sleep when I die. On that 24/7, 365. That's right, I hustle hard. Good grind hard, hustle hard. Good grind hard, hustle hard. Good grind hard, hustle hard. Now pray hard. Hood steady hurt, north, east, south, and west. Grandma steady praying for me. Don't need all I can get that prayer. Good grind hard, hustle hard. Good grind hard, hustle hard. Good grind hard, hustle hard. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Amen. I woke up early this morning, still breathing, ain't for no reason. Yeah. Hit my knees for that reason. Hit my knees cause I need it. involuntary. Pockets hurting, my $4 in my Chase account. I don't need nothing but this Jesus, and he make ways, so we'll make it out. I got donuts on the Chevy, tags outdated. Ain't nothing different by me except Jesus the same. That's enough to make a grown man cry. Then I roll up out the grave. Won't let them die, you ain't let me die. I ain't slept about a week, no sleep when I die. On that 24/7, 365. That's right, I hustle hard. Just grind hard, hustle hard. Just grind hard, hustle hard. Just grind hard, hustle hard. Not pray hard. Hood steady hurt, north, east, south, and west. Grandma steady praying for me. Don't need all I can get, that's why I hustle hard. Just grind hard, hustle hard. Just grind hard, hustle hard. Just grind hard, hustle hard.
Nation, and we back. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube. Man, we about to get into this CHH, and we first one we're gonna come up with is Reach Records. Everybody know them as the 116 Click.
Yep.
Let's read that Romans 1:16, what it's based off of. For I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. So, man, what do y'all, man? You know, Reach Records. That's who we always hear about. Most people who are new into Christian hip hop, the first group of people they probably go hear is Andy Mineo, Lecrae, you know, Reach Records. You know what, CB? What? Break it down for me.
I mean, of course, you know, like you said, this is the most popular, you know, group record label. They're surpassed most of the other groups because they just have a business mind that you can't deny that they don't know what they're doing. They have a headquarters set up. They know what they're doing. But all right, now just so everybody can get involved. Who is your favorite Reach Records artist? I mean, who do you rock with the most? Who do you feel the most? Everybody.
For me, he's no longer on Reach, but you know he's still a member of 116. That was Show Baraka. Show
Baraka was your guy. Okay, Sambone.
Lecrae, man, that Indwelling Sin. That's what really got me on the Rebel album, man.
Okay, Tech, who you rock with the most? Anyway, he went 3. No, we're saying which one you like the most. No, that. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I think Andy passed Lecrae for me because I mean, I just like what that brother doing, man. As far as the hurdles he got to climb, you know.
Big one.
Check your pigment, Andy. You know, it's a white boy working. You know, I mean, he make you forget about that color, man. Yeah. So, and plus, we know they had a lot of success. Okay, we can name Lecrae. As Tech was saying, Lecrae, Tadashi, Andy. You got to mention Derek Minor and RMG. I know you like them, Tech. RMG Click, you know, and we gonna link them with Reach right now because you know we just time restraint. But when you see how much hate they get, I mean, we as Christians, when we reach any new level, we have to be able to handle this. So, how do y'all think Lecrae and Andy and these guys are handling this criticism for their new success, if we want to call success in what they're doing with their music?
Well, you know, on the outside looking in, I think they're handling it well. I mean, I think they're handling it as best you can expect, being in the situation that they're in, because they're in a position where people are wanting to see them fail.
Yeah.
Even the Christian brothers and sisters are wanting to see them fail, and it gets disheartening at times.
Yeah.
Like, you see the comments on Facebook and YouTube, and it's just crazy. It's because like people have to be more open-minded and understanding there's more than one way to bring the gospel to people. Mm-hmm. And God called for us to be different, called for us to be peculiar. And the fact everything has a place in the kingdom. You know, Marvin Sapp and Kirk Franklin and all those guys, they got their lane. Mm-hmm. But Lecrae and Reach Records and the whole CHH movement, they have their own lane.
Yeah. And Tech, and I mean, what would you say to people like when somebody criticizes Lecrae? What is one of the first, when you read those comments, what's one of the first things that come to your mind? And what would you say to them people that would help them, or just what would you say to them? You're like, listen.
Well, first, I mean, you gotta listen to the music, listen to the message. No matter who this coming from or what they done done in the past, you can't look at their past or look at, even if they mess up, you can't say, oh, their music is bad. I mean, we all mess up, we all fall short of the glory of God. We all sin. So, I mean, I don't know why people bring up criticism. I mean, they try to find something. When somebody's out here trying to present the word of God, you always gonna have opposition, and somebody trying to say something bad that bring them down. I mean, that's just the Mm-hmm. I'm gonna read Reach Records, they're about what they say. They say, at Reach, our passion is changing the way people see the world. The reason we create music and media and travel the world to his stages and small is not as simple to be successful. From the early days in 2004, working out of closets and selling CDs out of the trunk, to charting the Billboard and touching internationally, our goal has always been to the hearts of the people.
Amen. So, I mean, Skywalker, encourage them brothers real quick before we wrap it up. Just encourage them,
I just think, man, when you look at Reach Records, and it's just all about how they respond to the criticism. You know, they never come back and try to prove who they are. They never try to prove that they're Christians. They always say, well, look, just look at our lives. Look at how we live. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And that's all we can do is encourage them brothers to keep doing what they're doing. You're not always going to do the right thing. Salute them brothers, man. You know, we all in the same battle. But next, coming up, we're going to play that Man Up off that 116 click. This has got them, including your boy Propaganda, who's also a part of the Humble Beast, which we're going to get to later on. G Nation Radio, check out that Man Up. Shout out to them boys.
Man up.
Obama in me, the hood won't pop, hip-hop wanna see the common in me. And since it's a senseless contradiction, I end up a misfit trying to fit in. This ends when I stand up and see the hands of the standard. Holy is the Lamb, Now we holding you to man up, cause we were made in his image. Start looking at what you came from.
Right after Adam, every atom and non-atomies, adamant, after what Adam I is against. Let me take you back to the dream, never read it, you see the E was deceived, but Adam is the one who let her in. Instead of leading, no, we ain't leading, we basically little boys with muscles and a mustache. The femininity, we need a remedy to God, man, 100% masculinity.
We the last. Yeah, where them in at? Seems like they all lost. None of them are on the scene, seems like they died off. They extinct, but my dream is the rise of we chasing the prize of the king, the divine boss. But we fell away, now we ungodly. We lose and we really got the blues like Navi. I wanna celebrate the dudes, it's what's happening. Tell us let's elevate, we do with the live.
They lie, old head said, boy, get your shine on. And if a sucker try to block you, get your 9 home. And what I heard you gotta do to be a man now. Stand up for yourself, so I took it in my hands now. And that's the problem, man, we busy trying to solve it. All the while we walking dead, man, somebody bring the coffin. Boy, drop peach fuzz, now you think to do a man. Cause you're feeling yourself, you need to man up.
Yeah, there's many things.
Spitting that hot fire, G Nation Radio, we're back. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube. And don't forget the blogs, and we're also on G+. Next group we're going to talk about, we got Full Ride and Frontline. And we know Full Ride was started by Thisl, and it was once known as Ex-Hustler Music. And he recently changed the name because Ex-Hustler Music was about him. He's an ex-hustler, you know, he's about that life. And he's bringing in other artists, and all of them might not be ex-hustlers. So he changed the name to Full Ride Music. What they based out of Houston. You know, they're getting many more upcoming artists on their label. They're doing big things. So what y'all got to say about
Amen.
Frontline and Full
Full
Ride?
Ride and Frontline, as old Chord Paul would say. That's all. I mean, any song you hear from him or Reconcile in it, you gonna hear that.
You gonna hear that.
Yelled out more than once. But let's go to Thisl. Now, when y'all first heard Thisl's voice and when y'all first heard Thisl's content, what did you get? What did you think, and what did you get from it? What do you think people who not used to it thought?
Well, I'm sure I probably thought the first thing other people that ain't used to it thought. I'm like, hold on, I got to really listen to this dude because this sounds rather rugged. I got to make sure this is a Christian artist. but you don't have to listen to Thisl long to know where his heart lies, and it's definitely in the body of Christ. Definitely.
Skywalker, how you feel when you heard it?
Man, first thing I thought about was Mr. the passion he had though, and like Barr said, man, you know, when you listen to it though, the passion, even you can hear it in his artists, man, the passion comes across in the music that they have for Christ. You know, man, they're real upfront and in your face in what they're saying, and they don't pull no punches.
They fit the name.
Yeah.
Full Ride Frontline. Tech, when you heard him for the first time, what besides that, watch yourself you just did. What you think?
I like Thisl, like, because he came from that urban music. Like, you didn't know if it was secular or not. And then you hear it, so it gives those people that like that type of style of music and that beat and that whole like, put a little Jesus in it, and you got yourself a hit.
Wow.
Wow. I know, right? Thisl gonna hear this and be like, I don't sound like that.
I said Thisl, that sound like
Hey,
but you know.
Ghost Rider, we gotta check that dude. Make sure you anoint that microphone when it's over. But
That's all in here.
But when you hear Thisl, well, when I heard Thisl, I mean, I instantly was like, "Dang, it must sound like Young Jeezy on the track a little bit," and that gratifies me because my upbringing. That's one of the people that I steered towards, Young Jeezy. So that the interest right there grew my attention. Then once I seen him talking about Christ, I'm like, "Oh snap! I got me a Christian Young Jeezy," which is so stupid. Yeah, so but now other artists, when you hear Reconcile, who is no longer part of Full Ride, but he still works in conjunction with Chord, who's a part of that, and they have formed Frontline, which is of course like Tech was saying about how they have Resurrection Houston, where they work with the teens in the inner cities and the youth and at-risk women. They list goes on and on. When you hear Reconcile and Chord, what do you guys hear? I know one thing. I got a little boys tell me your comparison you gave for Reconcile, and explain why people won't be like, what?
Yeah, I know, right? When I was really listening to Reconcile's new Sacrifice album, and the comparison that I came up listening to it was Tupac. Now I know just off first sound you like, man, that's crazy. But man, Reconcile has a way of making you feel a song the same way Tupac did, and you can really see everything he's talking about. I mean, he paints great pictures in his music.
Yeah. And last thought, Skywalker, how you feel about Reconcile? I know you kind of like the passion. I know you was talking about.
Yeah, man, it's just like Bar said, man. It paints a picture in your mind, and you see the story developing. And most people when they first hear it, they go hear the you know what I'm saying. But when you start listening to it, man, there's a story behind it. That's what I love, the story. You know what I'm saying. And the story, and especially when you have a good video, man, it just
his videos fit like his songs. I don't know about 48, but other than that, the rest of them, I was like,
we're gonna give him pass on that one.
48. But I mean, but shout out to Pastor 83, who used to be a part of Full Ride, but he is pastoring at his parents' church because they passed away, correct?
That's right.
So he used to be a part of Full Ride, so shout out to them, Thisl, Chord, Reconcile, all them boys, Full Ride, Frontline, this G Nation. You about to hear the song with Reconcile featuring Thisl called Hold Us Down. Oh, when you hear the tune, you will recognize it from some other song. Just to let you know. G Nation, we out.
Yeah, man. We ain't growing with much. A lot of struggle, a lot of pain. But through all that, he hold us down. Yeah. Hey, shawty, he hold us down. Hey, this one go out to all my dogs out there. You on food stamps, low income housing, trailer parks to the projects. We still got Jesus. Yeah. Hey, from the bottom of the snow, dirty and the gritty.
Radio, and we back. CHH, the movement. Now we're about to get into Collision Records. This record label here consists of 4 of my very favorite artists. Alex Faith out of Atlanta, Dre Murray out of Houston, Swoop out of Akron, Ohio, and the R&B swooner Christian Grey.
Yeah.
But we're going to throw it over to Tate and let him give a little rundown of Collision Records.
Collision Records, man, they were founded in 2009. And boss just read off the members of that group, and they got this motto say, "We Kings." And it's a lifestyle branding that combines Collision Records, the music, W.L.A.K, the culture, and various forms of media. They got looks, fashion, and more to shape the culture. They say we're a culture of artists that intend to give the world authentic expression of art in various forms. The producers we create pour out from our experiences and intended context of our lives to those in every corner of the globe. Jesus isn't a burden to us, so we aren't afraid to say he is Lord King. He is also not a crutch to keep us from making excellent art. And they say they don't choose artists to build a roster. They discover artists that become their family and have a burden to grow our global family.
Yes, sir, that is true. Okay, discussion. When you heard Christian Grey's album, start with Skywalker, how do you feel about it? Do you think people grasp it or what? I mean, we're going to go around the room, starting with Skywalker.
I think it was an honest album, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it was very transparent of himself. And I think some Christians, man, it got a lot of criticism. And I think they didn't look into the deepness of the songs and the words of the songs and what he was talking about. And really, he was just being honest, man. Like when I just had a brain.
Warner?
Huh?
Warner?
Yeah.
Shouldn't
but I wanna, man. That's, you know what I'm saying? People, you know, they don't want to talk about those different things, you know, so pass going on. But yeah, I think it's a very honest album, man.
Cool. Tech, how you feel about it?
I like Christian Grey album, and it's like Skywalker said, yeah, you have to really listen to it and be deep in the word to understand where you're coming from. I mean, you can't just list all the good in any Christian rap or Christian R&B song. You got to say where you came from. You got to list the bad to see how God brought you out of it. So, you know, you can't just say the good. You got to.
I know it's coming. Bars.
You know him. I always got a whole note.
That was a catching go tune.
Yeah. Yes.
I was shocked that Bars even attempted to listen to this as an R&B type of Christian album. So I was impressed that I've seen the growth in this brother over the past several years.
Why you trying to play me like that?
I'm giving you props on the ad. They don't see my face. Go ahead.
But I love the album. I really did.
Shocking.
Don't do that. Don't do that. It stays in rotation. Wow. Gets plenty play in my ride.
Plenty play.
But yeah, it was a very deep conceptual album, and you know, he touched on a lot of topics, but he also managed to bridge that gap between R&B and Christ.
And it's crazy to me because people don't understand that you have a relationship with Christ. Okay, and he was talking about relationship with his women,
right?
Or his woman, his wife. He had a relationship we had with other women growing up, and just relationship issues. Like, you can't be so holy all the time that you cannot sit back and not think, dang, I messed up. You know, dang, I messed up. You know, I did that when I was going through. And he makes it honest. And he has songs with you heartbreak from breakups. You see the reality. Like we've all been saying, reality in this music. I mean, I didn't want to just go on Christian Grey the whole time. You got Dre Murray, who his album was definitely something that I felt was surprisingly. I didn't think it was gonna be that good when I heard Gold Rush. I didn't think it was gonna be that good. You know, shockingly. But let's give props to him. But let's look at it. Swoop has an album coming up. It's been a long time coming. Right. Cinema. So look out for that. You know, Collision Records, Alex Faith. At last, his album was great. I knew it was going to be good because I'm just a big fan of his. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody.
I enjoyed that album. No, you got on Swoop, Christian Grey, Alex Faith, and Dre Murray.
Yeah, you go.
Go get that Alex Faith mixtape.
Honest to
God.
I think that won over Bars.
That was honest.
Boy.
Yeah, I mean, that won over Bars. But, you know, that's Collision Records, man. So we're going to get them into this song with We Live as Kings, W.L.A.K, with the song Rain is Coming. G Nation Radio.
I've been waiting for you to fall. Your love like a hurricane. But you've been waiting for me to rise and getting ready for the rain.
Can you stand it? Feel that rain coming. It's gigantic. Hear that thing rumbling. So monstrous, bigger than King Kong.
me wanna throw up. They say they kings, but they really need to grow up. They say they sees a boy with a robe on their shoulders, but all I see is a boy in an oversized toga. We kings, and the alpha is who chose us. Omega was the cue to turn us huge from our odors. Pigs in the fire, but he called us to the coldest. Saved us from the bacon, so we go ham on cold cuts. It's so nuts from a ripple to a pond. Started as a drizzle when it grew into a storm. Started as a sizzle when it grew into a fire. I ain't wanna be saliva, so I skipped the lukewarm. Spreading the fame of Christ like it's great coupon. Over the predecessor of your plates, croutons. Way to the reign of Christ is like take 2 tons. Multiplying by infinity, man, the Trinity, man. Crowns of a ponchos is finna be rain on.
Hold up. What you think it's a game? Yeah, you seen I had that cartridge loaded and I'm ready to aim, ready to flame, dressed in blood like I'm ready to bang. Covered by the sun, so I'm ready for rain. E.G., let's get rid of the A. For my example, hope you see clear like a sample and you ready for change. Me and him, we not one and the same. I do more than talk cars on tracks. That's not how I was trained. My tutor be the conductor, the creator of the test, he the instructor, teaching me so I can instruct her and him. You see, they teach a kind of light, yeah, them boys is dim. See, we be the city on the hill, bellies just waiting to be filled, out for the kill. But this flesh the only thing we murkin'. Take cover cause this rain is certain. Curtains. Hold up, hold up.
I've been waiting for you to fall. Your love like a hurricane. You've been waiting for me to rise. Getting ready for the rain. I've been waiting for you to fall. Your love like a hurricane. You've been waiting for me to rise. Getting ready for
And G Nation, we are back. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We're about to get into that boy, The Truth, who's been put down for a long time in his group, Mixed Bag. Tech, this your boy right here. Talk about your boy a little bit. How you feel about The Truth?
Man, y'all know I love The Truth and his music. You know, he kind of
Truth Church.
And Mixed Bag came about. You got the media mongo E1. You know, E1 done work with people like Karen Clark Sheard, you know, Mary Block label, and you know, they done came together with The Truth to form Mixed Bag Records. And it's got entertainment, you got Christian hip hop artists, they gonna have TV, media deals. I mean, this thing gonna be big. Right now it's in the baby stages, but CB was saying early, they done signed a whole bunch of artists. I mean, so this ain't just gonna be Christian rap, Christian R&B. It's gonna be a whole organization of different media outlets that's just gonna bring the word of God through different things. I think it's gonna be big.
Yeah, and I'm gonna run down a few of them names. I mean, they're not gonna be, popular names because we just not used to them yet. But you have, of course, Truth. You got Promise, who you've heard on his album. You got TJ Pompey, you heard on his album. Praise, when you heard on his album. Hey, he has a young man named Thomas Clay, or TC, as they like to call him, and a trio sister group that sings called Virtue. So he has some big things lined up with what Tech just told you, and those artists. So you never know, he looking to sign more. So when y'all see this happening right now, how excited y'all get for the genre and CHH when you see an artist who was able to bring in that element? How excited you get? Skywalker, boss.
I just think it opens up more doors, man, for people to see Christ, different kind of, we talking about CHH, Christian hip hop, but when you look at hip hop as a genre, you know what I'm saying, it's not just rap and it's not just rap videos, it's clothing lines, media, videos, it's all kind of different things. So I think it's just gonna open up more doors for the Christian hip hop community, man. That's gonna just bring more avenues for Christ to be seen.
I'd be real excited if they signed G Nation, but oh yeah, just had to throw that out there.
Shameless plug.
Just had to throw that out there.
Shameless plug.
But anything that can bring more light and more attention to the glory of God and His Word, I'm all for it. And Truth has been, like you say, he's been doing this for a long time. He's been grinding. So.
Like the cross movement day, like Truth was at, and he was brought up in that,
Yeah.
So I'm excited for him. And I've always been a True fan. Like, to me, really, I think I know I've been saying this for the last couple albums. I've been like, hey man, this last album though was his best album. And then what was the last one that came out? The one with Hope, the original one?
Hope, Love, and War.
Yeah. I said that album right there is the best True album to date. And then Heartbreak came out. And I said this album right here, this album right here. So I mean, like, I'm gonna need him to stop doing that, so I can stop looking like I'm just contradicting everything.
He don't know what he's talking about.
We got me like a group every time I try to promote your album. My bad.
That's awesome when you can do that.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, I feel like he said in one of his songs, he said when I first started, they say I sounded like Jay. 7 albums later, now I'm sounding like me. So he's finally gotten his groove, and I think he's gonna make some move for other artists that can keep going. So I'm excited for him.
I like one thing to say that the truth is, you know, he comes from, like I always looked at, man, I don't have a testimony, I wasn't a drug dealer, I wasn't this and that. You know, he was a preacher's son and he grew up in church, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He didn't go through all the bad things, you know, I don't know everything, you know, in his life, but you know, he pretty much grew up in church and was a church boy.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that kind of draws, you know, because a lot of, you know, us we didn't go through the drugs and the drinking and the smoking and all this. And you know, and you can look at somebody who was successful, and you know they grew up in church. You know,
exactly. Because for a while, the hip hop, man, when you get into hip hop, you had to be shot, sell drugs, and stab. Had 3 baby mamas and 1 on the way,
and a girlfriend, and a wife on the side.
Yeah, and I ain't talking about another kid. I'm talking about baby mama on the way. So, but the True brings an album where you don't have to be, you know, so down in the dirt, grimy, but you know you're a sinner. So I love that. You don't have to get that big strong testimony that you're going through all that crap. But right now, we have Hope. And this is the remix, The Truth, Hope, featuring some other guys. I don't forgot their names. They on there. Go check it out. I think Derek Minor on there. I think it's Derek Minor. I don't know. One of the artists.
It's like 2 remixes.
It's like 2. It's like. I mean, really. G Nation. Listen to the song.
Everybody in the building, everybody got a hand in the air. Everybody in the building, everybody got a hand in the air. Everybody in the building, everybody got a hand in the air. Everybody in the building, everybody got a
We all want it, yeah. We all need it, oh. We all want it, yeah. We all need it, oh. We all want it, yeah. We all need it, oh. We all want it, yeah. We all, let's go. We all gon' feel the cares of this life, but we got that hope. We all gon' feel the pressure, but know that we got that hope. In case you feel defeated, in Jesus we got that hope. In Jesus we got that hope. In Jesus we got that hope. We all gon' feel the cares of this life, but we got that hope. We all gon' feel the pressure, but know that we got that hope. In case you feel defeated, in Jesus we got that hope. In Jesus we got that hope. In Jesus we got that hope.
The sick and wounded, the persecuted, foreign rulers, the targets and the shooters, the soldiers and civilians on battlefields where blood is spilling, on street corners where homeless children sleep beside of abandoned buildings. Is there any hope, any way to cope, anywhere to go when it ain't safe no more? Talk about change, but change don't come, so we close our mouths and don't say no more. Life in a fallen world, what it really look like, what it really feel like, how we gonna deal with the stress when it builds up, and we still got these sins in our lives that we need to confess. Our hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness, His priceless gift of love and grace and freedom from the grip of death.
We all want it, yeah. We all need it, oh. We all want it, yeah. We all need it, oh. We all want it, yeah. We all need it, oh. We all want it, yeah. We all, let's go. We all gon' feel the cares of this life, but we got that hope. We all gon' feel the pressure, but know that we got that hope. In case you feel defeated, in Jesus we got that hope. In Jesus we got that hope. In Jesus we got that hope.
G Nation, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube. Hey, we're about to get into this humble beast. Luke 14:11 says, "For everyone that exalts himself shall be humbled, and he that humbled himself shall be exalted." Hey, tech support,
What up?
break down that humble beast, man. Break it down.
Humble Beast. They describe themselves as a family of creative pastors, writers, theologians, I know they said it right, and musicians who leverage their talents to see the gospel go out to the community and transform lives. And they say they do this as individual and as a family. Individually, they live their lives as missionaries, disciple makers, and culture creators. As a family, they combine their efforts to create a hub of gospel, saturated resources communicated in compelling ways for everyday people for free.
Word. I mean, when you hear humble beast, words. Bars said it tonight, so I mean we had this week. He was like, those two words when you put them together, it's kind of, I don't know if it's an oxymoron, it's unique, it's ironic. Humble and beast. Bars. Let's go ahead and explain what you think that title could mean or mean to you when you hear humble and beast and creativity.
Well, just the title alone, you know, it's creative. But then when you listen to these artists, the title Humble Beast really makes sense because we done said this before. You know, Propaganda, Eshon Burgundy, Jay Gibbons, they kind of like on the quiet side. But when they get into their art and they get into their passion, they really are beasts. You know, specifically like Propaganda with his spoken word. He's a beast with spoken word. Eshon Burgundy, lyrically, he is a beast. And then, you know, Jay Gibbons with that rapid fire style he has. And, you know, you got to listen to his album 4 times to catch all of it.
With Jay Gibbons, you can't get caught up in one bar. Because you say, oh, he done spit 4 more, and you got to go back and listen to that first one you laughed at to hear the rest of them and be like, dang, I missed about.
He has bars inside of bars.
Yeah, and you know what who it reminds me of?
Never heard that.
I remember when Eminem was explaining how he done his song. He said, you know how you have a bar, like 4 bars, whatever. He said he sandwiches them down and puts bars inside of bars. So that's really what Jay Gibbons is really able to do, which is a very hard thing to do.
And you know something, from a stylistic standpoint, that's a pretty good comparison too. The two of them, just how they rap, definitely not content, but how they rap. That's
the rap style, man, because
very similar.
Anybody can have like if you had a Reconcile bar, it would probably be like la 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 la, but with Jay Gibbons is na 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 na, and he'll fit so much in that na na na. You be like, hold up, rewind.
I missed something.
But I know Skywalker, you able to hear some of Jackie Hill's spoken word and some Propaganda spoken word. How much more of a fan of you of spoken word now than you ever been?
Man, especially Propaganda, and even that's that led me to like bars. Let me listen to some Dear Board of Education, man, and having kids.
So
you know, having kids and stuff, man. That's in the school system. And seeing how it's different from when we was in school, man. They're not challenged to be creative, and you know, and it's just it's boring. And even the teachers are frustrated, man. So like when he was saying Dear Board of Education, so are we, man. It's like we are bored of what this robotic structure we have. But that just show you how deep, you know, that he's looking at, you know, society as a whole, man, and showing how, you know, Christ wants us to be, you know, peculiar people, and he wants us to be creative in what we do, and that's what makes us stand. That's what makes him stand out in who he is, and that draws people towards the light. But man, I love the spoken word, man. It get deep, man. Like you say, you got to listen to it 2 or 3 times to catch it.
Yeah, and just going back, I know we're saying humble and beast. I mean, if you look at these guys, they could probably, if they went the quote secular way, they could be big artists. Eshon Burgundy he's performed with everybody from DJ Jazzy Jeff all the way up to Slum Village. He's toured in U.S. and Canada before he even was big, so he could have a lot more money if he chose to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? So you got people who can make money outside of the body of Christ. They don't want to just make money. They've humbled themselves down and been bold in Christ. So that just lets me think of the humble beast. They just say we ain't got to do all that. You know, so shout out to the humble beast. Also I, Thomas Braille, you know, Courtney Albano, all them guys in the humble beast, Beautiful Eulogy, and which is a group inside of there. It's just a lot of them. So, and I, Thomas, another deep poet. Y'all gotta get
yes.
This song right here, Propaganda. How did we get here?
Featuring Jay Gibbons.
Yeah, and who?
Andy. Many of them.
Yeah, that you don't talk about Andy in the song because he mad he didn't get a verse on the song. He's done the hook. So Bars a little salty about that.
I wanted some bars, Andy.
Go watch the Smoke and Mirrors video.
All right,
look
y'all.
at the end credits.
G Nation. Let's go.
Well, I feel it. It's the blood of ancestors rest in my chest, bruh. I was so great. Yeah, cause I remember karaoke mics pointed at the speaker. Boombox, play the track, CD skip, bunch of raps, open mics. Night sight, drive by, ghetto bird, hoping you can make it home. Better get swift with your words. Birthplace, earthquake, hometown, it goes down. Learn a bus chop up before your ABC tragedy. So Survival rivals the odds of trying to fight gravity. A compliment when the MC say come battle me, stay cool. Now a dad, college grad, quit my job, hit the road, trying to get my marriage happy. Ask about me at the bottom of the 17, holding down a seaport. Beach City, Coast Guard, Queen Mary, student lion. Trust me, I'm a native, that Hollywood sign be lying beneath it. Grave of 1,000 young souls, take a stroll on a shore, dream of Californication, and I still can't explain how any of us made it. It's grace.
And I got a feeling I can't describe. I see this place when I close my eyes. Wake me up if we ever arrive. And tell me how do we get here? Tell me how do we get here? Tell me how do we get here? Tell me how did we get here?
Ooh, G Nation, we're back. And look, man, we've been discussing Christian labels and groups and hip hop artists, and now even in today, they're still not a part of like mainstream media, churches, and talk. Especially in our area here in the South, you don't hear much about. You don't even hear them played on the radio. So, time now for a tech tip.
Something wrong with your computer, laptop, iPad? Time now for a tech tip with tech support.
Thanks to the internet, man, we have websites, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everything. And each of these groups and artists probably have a website and they have social media accounts. So we urge you, all the groups that we've named so far, look them up on Google. If you go to their website first, they usually have a link right at the top to their Facebook page, to their Twitter page, to their even if they have Google Plus, or if they have a YouTube channel where you can watch their videos. Now, you may be wondering, where do I start? So many Christian hip hop, y'all don't name a lot. What's a good place to start, to get all this in one place and to list all these artists and new albums and everything coming out? So here at G Nation, we suggest Rapzilla.com. That's a good place to start. Man, they got the latest news on all these Christian hip hop writers and the movement. They got album reviews, and you got information on the artists, and then they have videos, and of course they usually have all the EPs and the free music that come out, and you can download it straight from that site all in one place. So we urge you to go there to Rapzilla.com. And of course, if you want to get your Christian perspective on current events, music, sports, and entertainment, get that lyrical breakdown,
plug it,
tech tips, inspirational word, ratchet moments. Oh, I think that segment got counts. Just check out G Nation Radio. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube. And check out those blogs. I got a couple in my head. I know they ain't made it to the computer yet. But you got gnationradio.blogspot.com. You got gnationtechtips.blogspot.com. And him over there too, .blogspot.com. And we have that website is coming soon, and it will be at gnationradio.org. And that has been your tech tip.
Tech and tip, and we would like to thank the Geek Squad for Jesus and the Poindexters and
the Dweebs.
Thank you,
boss. Geek Squad for Jesus.
Geek Squad for Jesus. That's why.
Yeah, you really need to.
We gotta get that.
You really need to.
But yeah, man, that's definitely true, man. You got Rapzilla, and I want to shout out to him, to the homie Vic Rogers. He got 2 songs on Rapzilla now.
Salute
the local guy from Greenville, South Carolina. Yeah, so we got to shout him out.
That's a big deal.
So. That's a big deal. I mean, I got the text. I know how he sounds. So when I read the text, I can see the excitement and goofiness in the text. Oh, dude, yeah. So but that's a good look. And right now, I would like to shout out another indie group that's way bigger. And they should be signed to somebody. Somebody even said they hinted to being signed to Annie Minio's, quote, No Label Entertainment.
No Label Entertainment.
But that was an April Fool's joke. We don't know if it's real or not. Social Club.
Yes,
sir. Yeah, Marty and Fernie, them 2 guys.
It's a pizza party.
When y'all heard Social Club for the first time, what was your first impression of it? What was after you kind of dug into their music?
To me, they were like the D12 version of Christian hip hop. That was the first thing I thought about, man.
That's funny. I didn't think about
that was like, these dudes are kind of weird, but it works. It works.
It really Marty the weird one.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know why his voice is so much more of a catchy.
Yeah, it just catch you.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like the old 80 Valley Girl days. The mall. I'm saying the era, not
Yeah,
girls.
yeah.
but
I know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I was
just
shocked at that
you went-
comparison. I'm
Yeah,
like, wow.
but you know,
Like Tony Skywalker.
you think about the whole big hair and just
Yeah.
that style. You
Yeah,
know?
man. Like, dude got a comb over on purpose. Like,
Yeah,
like Marty
who does that?
Marty has a comb over on purpose. What about you, Tech? When you heard Social Club,
I like to say what? Come man, you know they bring that different flavor.
when he said Power Rangers, I knew you was gonna like.
Yeah, they make just like while like RMG, they make cultural references to stuff, especially being a '90s kid. You know, like CB just said with Power Rangers. You know, said, like I felt like the Blue Ranger. You know that nobody liked.
Yeah.
And you know, if you know the story behind that, yeah, you know the Blue Ranger was homosexual, real life, and they said the cast and you know the crew was kind of against him.
Yes,
you know the
that-
real story behind it. Yeah, so
Yeah, see,
stuff
I
like
never
that.
knew
And
that.
That's how I knew. That's how I knew.
I know that.
He was gonna catch Tech when he said that. And, you know, did he say he felt like the White Ranger? You know, the green one turned into the white one. You know, that's how he
That's a
felt.
whole deep story.
That's a
too.
deep
It's
story too.
It's tight, yeah, it's
But
like-
we wanted to shout them boys out because you know they're not real on the label. And we talk about label here, but they're a strong part of CHH to let you know you can do it independent. But we about to get into this song by Thisl featuring Flame and Json, which is gonna open up our next topic coming up. It's a big deal when these dudes get on the record together. We'll explain why. Take My Life off that Fallen King. That song had you so hype, boy. You be out there, you know, in the name of I'm just kidding. In
What?
G Nation. We'll be right back.
Whoa.
Take My Life.
No,
The King,
no.
Jesus.
See, a song like this is so vintage, so authentic, and there's no gimmick. And by the First Amendment, I'm free to speak. About an ancient king from the Middle East. He's the lion, the lamb, the I am from Zion. They crucified him, that's so defiant. And the first of the 10 commandments been abandoned. Look at man, and there is no reliance. There is slow compliance and no compliance. I know they hate it. I get it, I get it. I get it, I get it. But who resurrected? He did it, he did it. He laid his life down and took it up. 2,000 years plus, now look at us. Christianity spread, gang of bloodshed for us, go and look it up. And I ain't trying to be a tough guy, and I ain't trying to be a martyr either. And I ain't got the kill me complex, I just wanna be just like Jesus. When it's my time to go, I wanna die with grace. I wanna die with faith, knowing that I'm about to see his face. Wanna be filled with the spirit and no longer fear. I'm living for you, Lord, as long as I'm here. You can take my life. 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 You can take my. You can take my. You can take my. You can take my. You can take my life. 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 You can take my, you can take my, you can take my, you can take my, shall take my.
Yeah. The key to life, money, power, respect. Louis this, Gucci that, 2 private jets. Big money, big business, watch the paper stack. Treat life like a game, it ain't pool, but I'm racked. Big bucks, no whammies. I swear I probably lumped somebody head for a Grammy. My heart black as the Lambo, Kimbo for Kanye. And I ain't frontin', I'm just telling y'all what God say. Bloodthirsty, seek my own will since the day that Adam cursed me. The lust for power, go to your brain if you let it. You say what up, dog, I hear God, I'm so dyslexic. Sit on the throne, it's really a toilet, heart is septic. I had no power, I get handed death, I must accept it. It's hard to see the light when you never listen. Our whole life's blacked out, the power's tripping.
Do you really want it all? Whole world in your palm, tell me who's got the power? It'll make you a leader or a tyrant. You do the deciding. Who's got the power? Do you really want it all? Whole world in your palm, tell me who's got the power? It'll make you a leader or a tyrant.
Can't nobody break down a beat like bars.
bars.
I grew up reading hip-hop magazines. W.L.A.K got me wanting to excel.
Ain't no games being played here. I said break it down, man. Okay, let's get behind the bars.
I'm a genius in my dreams, even if I was.
G Nation Radio, and we back. It's time for another Behind the Bars segment of the week. We're gonna get into that joint power trip off Lecrae's album Gravity, featuring Andy Mineo, Sho Baraka, and Derek Minor. So we're gonna get into this first verse. It's basically talking about the love of power, what it will cause you to do, you know, the missteps it can cause you to make in life by constantly obsessing over having power. So we're gonna go with Derek Minor. He starts out: the key to life, money, power, respect. Louis this, Gucci that, 2 private jets. Big money, big business. Watch that paper stack. Treat life like a game. It ain't pool, but I'm rapped. Big bucks, no whammies. I swear I probably lumped somebody's head for a Grammy. My heart black as the limbo. Kim bought for Kanye. And I ain't frontin', I'm just telling y'all what God say. Bloodthirsty. Seek my own will since the day that Adam cursed me. The lust for power go to your brain if you let it. You say, what up, dog? I hear God, I'm so dyslexic. Y'all catch that? What up, dog? I hear God, I'm so dyslexic. Rappers. Sit on the throne is really a toilet, hard to septic. I have no power, I get handed death, I must accept it. It's hard to see the light when you never listen. Our whole life's blacked out. The power's tripping. In the chorus, they go, who's got the power? Do you really want it all? Whole world in your palm, tell me. Who's got the power? It can make you a leader or a tyrant. You do the deciding. Lecrae comes in on the second verse. It was all a dream. I grew up reading hip-hop magazines. W.L.A.K got me wanting to excel. They're telling me it ain't hard to tell I rock well. And now with every sale, I'm feeling my head swell. Well, I'm a genius in my dreams. Even if I was, it was stitched inside my jeans. It took me a long time to catch that. Well, I was like, what is he talking about? I'm self-inflated, self-infatuated, and somehow I convinced myself I finally made it. The truth is I was made like the mob. Geppetto put me together, my strings lead to God. Pride before the fall, I seen it all in the script. So if you see me falling, probably a power trip. Then that boy Sho Baraka's up next. That boy. Welcome to the culture where humility is not allowed. They do it big. If you don't see that, you shallow have. Man, and you gotta watch that movie to catch that line. I mean, if you just to give you some backstory on the movie, a dude named Shallow Hal, something happened to him, and he had this girlfriend. He thought she was skinny and beautiful, but she was really big. So that's
he was seeing what was on the inside.
Yeah, he was seeing what was on the inside.
Not the outside impression.
His name was Cello.
Trying to show them how love and power, it goes together. If they call us losers, that just means we last forever. I've been connected to the power, I don't have to chase it. I roll with the Trinity, this sort of the Matrix. A hard pill to swallow, we're evil to the core. Wicked power exploits the poor and it brings war. Power can be a field of dreams loaded with landmines. We know the ruler, so you can't say these are bad lines. Think about it. We know the ruler, so you can't see these are bad lines. You might lust for that power, but don't forget that we're forgiven. I know the Lord gonna catch me when I'm power tripping. So Andy finishes it out. Who made the crowd put their hands in the sky?
Me.
Who made the sky with their hands? What if y'all can't see? This kind of strange. God makes the weather change, and we bragging up on our change. Look how we made it rain. We invictus. The sin sickness is in us, running amok and causing that mischief. Tell me this then, who could really fix us? I'm tripping and thinking that I'm really not limited to this position I'm sitting in. Gravity pulling me back to earth. Gradually, reality's hitting. And the way he put that together, like, of course I can't do it the way he did it. I mean, you have to.
Boy, you better. I was gonna see if you was gonna do it.
Shoot, no, boy, I ain't got that kind of linguistic skills. But that is your Behind the Bars segment.
Bars. Well, ain't nothing else to say, man. Let's just go ahead and do that roll call out of here.
It's your boy, Bar, Salute, CHH.
want no clever retort, CB. Saying goodbye is your boy, Tech Support.
Skywalker, walking on that water. Holla at you.
And CB, him over there. I don't know what that was, but we gonna close out. And the doors of the churches open, and now they close. All right, y'all, we gonna be out of here.
I was on my way to the
G-Nation. No altar call for you, sir. We'll holler.
It's G-Nation representing G-O-D. Man.
This is an exclusive. How you like that?